The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The latest StatsCan labour force numbers show that our province has lost a staggering 7,500 jobs in the last year. All of this with 3 mega projects on the go. On top of that, the Premier and the Finance Minister are indicating that next year we will see our 4th budget deficit in a row. So I ask the Premier, will you bring down the budget before the next general election?
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, I want to remind the member opposite, in the last 10 budgets, we've had 6 surpluses. And the focus of the opposition constantly seems to be on the deficits. But I'm delighted he asked me a question about the province's finances, because only today, moments ago in fact, the Dominion Bond Rating Agency confirmed our A rating. And here's what they acknowledged. And a couple of significant points. It says, challenging demographics and competitive tax system should support labour retention and assist with efforts to attract and repatriate highly skilled workers because of our tax initiatives that we've taken over the last 10 years, Mr. Speaker. And they also acknowledge the tremendous effort to put into Muskrat Falls and acknowledge that it will go a long way in diversifying.
Order, please. Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, I asked the Minister of Finance, since the Premier didn't ask the question, I asked the Minister of Finance, does that help the 7,500 Newfoundlanders and Labradorians that lost jobs this year? Does that really help them? Almost 3 years ago, Premier Dunderdale made a commitment to reduce the per capita debt to the Canadian average in 10 years. However, we know that this government has allowed per capita debt to grow each year since that province. Each year. So I asked the Premier, are you still committed to reducing the per capita debt to the Canadian average 7 years from now, or even if there is a plan to do so?
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank the Leader of the Opposition for giving me an opportunity to read further in Dominion's Bond Rating Agency's report today.
Order, please.